Jemai, my creative cronies, how are you all tonight? I'm back tonight with another exploding box. I'm going through a bit of an exploding box period. It's not like Picasso had his blue period. I'm going through an exploding box period, which sounds a little bit like a medical condition. Obviously, I've shown you these ones. These are the ones I've started with. And then I've got to put these all to one side now. Then I did my Christmas one, and there's actually a video for this one and the snow globe one. And then as I was talking about them in school, in the staff room, somebody said, oh, have you seen the ones? I'd like to have one, and there's butterflies coming out of it. So I created this one here with all the little butterflies floating about. And then someone said, oh, it'd be quite nice to have one for the men in our life. And I'm not making any judgments on the men, why I thought of beer. But then I developed this one, which has got a little crate of beer bottles. And quite a few people on the demonstrator page on Facebook have asked how I've made them. So for this one, this was quite simple. I used the retired but well-loved wood crate framelits die, which you cut two of these out to make a little box. And then I used the bubble over set to make my bottles. For the butterfly one, I actually used the new butterfly duet punch and the papers that I had free with Celebration. So the next challenge I've been given in school by my friend Tasha is to do one with hearts coming out of, because obviously she is so organised, she's thinking of Valentine's Day. So I started it, and I thought I would show you the process then for adding in the bouncing hearts. So this is the bottom layer of my box. There it is, and it looks like this. It looks like a huge plus sign. So I've actually used the Meant to Be stamp set. This was in the Spring Summer catalogue, so I think it has been retired now. The Meant to Be stamp set, the Be Mine stitched framelit dies, and then I used my favourites, the stitch shapes. I used real red for my stamping, and this paper was the All My Love designer paper. I must be honest, since making these boxes, I am actually using my designer paper rather than just stroking it and holding it. So I've done a video previously on how to make the basic box. So I'm going to pretend you've all seen that now, because then that'll make you go and see it. And I've gone on to the next level. So this is a triple layer box. So as you can see, the outer box is slightly bigger, and the dimensions are for the bottom box is 27 by 27 centimeters squared, scored at 9 centimeters and 18 centimeters on both sides of the card, which gives you a 9 square grid, which looks like this. I've left this one complete so I can show you the final process. So this is what your grid's going to look like. You can see there, you can see my score lines. And then that's all you do, is you cut these corner squares off to give you your basic shape. There we are. I decorated this one already. I usually cut it before I decorate it in case I mess up my cutting. But obviously I was feeling really brave tonight. And as you can see then, I decorated the outer pieces, and I've got the pieces ready to do the inner pieces, to do this part here. But I'm going to hide some of the mechanism for the hearts underneath it. That will make sense in a second. So that's my 3 squares. So I can actually go ahead now and stick this one down as well. And what you need to make sure is they are all sitting dead center of each other. There we go. Now then, for my hearts to move about, I've actually got little thin strips of acetate. And when I say little and thin, I actually mean about 3/4 of an inch. And obviously, if I keep them that length, they're too long. You've also got to think about how tall your box is. I've made my lid ready. I put these little pegs on just for the corners. So obviously, it can't come up any higher than the top of the walls of the box, because otherwise your lid won't go on properly. So what I tend to do, let me just check how, would have been good if I'd done all this measuring beforehand, isn't it? These are about 8.5 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it in half and then cut them. Now obviously acetate will pick up every tiny speck of dust and fluff on your desk, so just bear that in mind. And that's all I've done on the butterfly one. I just folded it so it gives it like a little bit of a foot, and then I stuck that underneath the bottom layer like that. And then what I did then was simply stuck a heart on it. Now you could have your heart that side, so let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to find my tape runner, because I did find this was easier than trying to use glue. However, when I'm sticking my hearts to the acetate, I'm going to be using some glue dots. That's all you need to do then. Make sure your little piece of acetate sticks to where you want it to be. Same again for this one. Oh, not quite. There we go. Then I'm going to cut these pieces a little bit longer, I think. You watch, it's probably going to be exact the same height or something, because I haven't measured anything. There it is. But I think actually I'll have to trim that one down. So what I might do, what you can also do is bend. The acetate bends really easily and keeps the shape that you folded it into, if that makes sense. Then this one's going to be down on the other side. That's it. And then I'm going to put another little strip of double-sided over the top to make sure they stay in position. And I'm going to stick that bottom one down like that. And I've used the biggest and the neck size and the stitch dies for this, and they've turned out to be the perfect size. Then I've got another one now that's going to go here like this, and once again I'm going to add some hearts to this, but I'm going to keep them shorter. I think I'll just cut 3 out of here for now. And once again then, put some double-sided tape on that layer so you can keep your acetate pieces in place. There we are. And obviously you can have them all different lengths. I just cut then a variety of hearts because I didn't want them all looking the same, out of different colours. I'm going to cut another strip of acetate because, oh no, I've got some. I was thinking I like having even numbers around each corner, around each side here. One more then. I'm sure this was acetate that I rescued from going in the bin in work because we got rid of our overhead projector. So recycling at its best, really. Okay, so that one then is going to go in the center. I'm going to position this heart so it's in front of the piece that the person is going to write on. So let me just check now. I'm going to, before I stick any hearts on, just going to trim this one down slightly, because obviously then my hearts can't go right on the top because they will poke over the top of the box. I'm going to just give them all a little bit of a haircut, because some of the hearts are quite big. The other thing with acetate is the static. It will stick to anything. It's a bit like cling film. It'll stick to anything you don't want it to stick to, like your fingers mainly. And then, so what I'm going to do is use some glue dots and put the hearts around the outside. Then before you close the box, then you've got to sort of fiddle with your hearts. I might need some more hearts here. I think I'm going to be short of hearts. Oh, everything is sticking to me tonight, rather than what it should be sticking to. And then you can't get it off. How simple is that? So that's all it is, a little strips of acetate. I was wondering whether vellum would work, but I think it's too delicate, so it wouldn't have the same effect. What I'm trying to do now is just put them with contrasting colours. Because even though I say I'm putting them on randomly, I still try and look for a pattern in things. There we go. Will I have enough? Yes. Oh, look at that. As if by magic, I got enough contrast going on as well. I'll put this one here. And then I'll have a red one at the back on this side. So as I say, I have done 2 previous videos on making the exploding box. So if I put the links below, then if you wanted a more in-depth look at how to create the actual box, you can see that on my other videos. So what you need to do then with your hearts is get them in place to your heart's desire. All these pens coming out tonight. I'm just gonna another glue dot where they shouldn't be. If you just just bend your acetate around a bit. There we go. So then close the box up, put the little lid on. So then when your recipient, they look at that, they think, oh, that's a pretty box. And when they open the box, ta-da! And you've got all those little bouncing hearts. So I hope that's been useful to you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm delighted to say I've now hit over 500 subscribers. You are all absolutely wonderful. You wouldn't believe how the little happy dance I did at breakfast this morning when I realised that I'd gone over 500. So if you haven't yet subscribed, but you'd like to see what other exploding boxes I come up with, I would love for you to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I'm just bringing in my little family of boxes. Here they are. And as I say, if you'd like to see how I've made the previous ones, there are videos in the link below, and I'll put some little quick links at the end of this video for you. So thank you for joining me, and I shall see you very soon. Hwyl fawr.